Are you an investor looking for premium market opportunities? Presenting premium and exclusive service for investors by Kalkine.
Welcome to Kalkine TV's Expert Talks show. This is Sage. Today's guest is Praviin Manaktala. He's the proprietor at PKM Tax Consultants. And PKM Tax Professionals is a chartered accountancy firm offering a range of comprehensive and professional services relating to all aspects of taxation, accounting, bookkeeping, management consultancy and other business-related services. So here to share more about the work they do, situated in beautiful Brookvale, Sydney, is the proprietor himself, Praviin Manaktala. Welcome to the show, Praviin.
Thank you. Good to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your generosity here to share your insights. Let's dive straight in. When people have businesses in many countries, Praviin, from your expertise, what are the most important factors to prepare for?
Oh, good question. Very interesting question. There are many factors. Of course, we have the tax rate in the country, and the structure of how one should set up the business over there is very important, which are the obvious ones, of course. But it's very important to also understand the currency risk fluctuation factors as well. Because, of course, in Australia, you are dealing with, say, US dollars or Aussie dollars, but if you are overseas, you're dealing with multiple currencies. You need to understand how the system works over there. And in addition to that also, how the banking system works. Because there are a lot of constraints on how you can transfer your currency in US dollars or the local currency as well. And very importantly, I suppose could be the most important one as well, how to bring your money back. You could be doing business in overseas countries and they're quite okay when you are investing there. But if you want to sell your shares or have a transaction there, and to bring money back is not always as easy. But on the ground as well, you have to make sure that you're considering the employment rules and regulations, which are very, very different to what we have in Australia. And very importantly also, the political stability. Of course, this is not a thing about accounting or tax, but very important to know or understand the situation in the other country to see if they are stable. We have a couple of countries at the moment who are going through a tough time, and a lot of business there are suffering. Other thing also would be the importance to hire a very, very good director and a very good team. Because sometimes the local people are not as diligent in their work structure and ethics. So that's very important as well when you look at doing business overseas. And I think, these are the main points I would say.
Thank you very much. So that seems to come second nature to you. I'm sure a lot of people have been rushing for their pen and paper to write a lot of that down. Now, if you missed any part of that, this interview will be up on Kalkine Media's YouTube channel, so don't worry, you can catch those nuggets from Praviin later. So Praviin, where do you find people making the most errors? You've mentioned a long list there, comprehensive list about what they need to keep their eye on. But from your experience, where are you finding the most errors creep up, causing problems for your clients?
Okay, good question again. Internationally, of course, people rush to get to a country and start, investing there and things like that. They should take some time to even get a local accountant or a lawyer as well, and local people as well to help them make sure that the structure is properly set up and there's no consequences. I have a client who has been trying to do business in a foreign country, I won't mention the name, for 2 years now, and they have not been able to do it successfully because there are a lot of local constraints. So, but what we can do is to help them, we have our links as well with other accounting firms in other parts of the world, and we connect with them, and we have an understanding of how to help the client to have a better start and with the ultimate good result as well. So we can help clients do that.
Excellent, thank you. So we actually met each other at the recent Australia-India Business Conference. Could you please share how your experience was at that conference, and then also we'd love to hear more about your business objectives as well, and what your idea was to attend that conference and what you're hoping to get out of it.
Sure, thank you for that. Look, I think it was fantastic to attend the recent ABC event where Penny Wong attended as the chief as well, chief guest, and at the gala dinner. It was fantastically received by both parts of the world, Australia and India. There was a delegation who had come from India with fantastic business experiences. They want to connect with Australia, of course. So at the moment, of course, there's a fantastic opportunity for both countries, business in both countries, to be able to work with each other. And that is what the platform at this recent event gave us. I exchanged a lot of ideas and had a lot of discussions with the people who were visiting from India, and I plan to go to India soon as well to connect with them more, and also look at how one can do business at all levels, not just accounting. Of course, accounting is only one small aspect here. I'm looking at connect with all business in India and Australia and bring them together to see how one can work together and make both countries flourish. That's the objective, and of course, AIB's platform has given us that again. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Well, Praviin, I think I've noticed that there was a very positive attitude towards more collaboration between India and Australia. That was one thing I noticed from my short visit, but it's great to hear that you were one of the chief guests. And what do you think is one of the most important things? Do you think the narrative between India and Australia needs to change a little bit about, what people first of all think of when they think of Australia, when they think of India relations?
So just to correct, sorry, I wasn't the chief guest. Penny Wong, MP, she was the chief guest.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look, good question again. I think again here as well. Main thing I would also suggest that if anyone going from Australia to India to do business, understand the culture as well, because culture is so important in each region, and understand how to do business there. So and vice versa also. Anyone coming from India or any part of the world for that matter to Australia to do business, understand the culture also of doing a business, because we're so ingrained into our lifestyle and mannerism of how we do business, but we need to understand the other countries' structure as well. Of course, Australia is a very laid back place. No one says sir or madam over here. And of course, in India, that is a common way to treat people with respect. I understand that, not a problem at all. But there's just a small example how to connect culturally also, because business will come, but that understanding and the bonding has to come first. That's what I would say.
Yes, very true. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today and for being available to share your business insights. Thank you again, Praviin.
It's been such a big pleasure. Thank you, Erin. Thank you very much.
We do appreciate your time. Now, if you just joined us, we had a very interesting discussion with Praviin Manaktala. He's a proprietor at PKM Tax Professionals. Please keep watching for more live expert talks and market updates. As I said earlier, this interview will be up on Kalkine Media's YouTube channel later today, so do check it out if you missed any part of that. Till the next episode, stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine Media.